What's up, everyone? I'm David, joined by Nick, and we're here to talk about the season 1 finale of Hulu's Castle Rock, and specifically the implications that it has for season 2. Warning, full spoilers ahead. So Nick, we learned that this series is going to be an anthology, so every season should be independent or at least different than the original, not necessarily having this through line that's carried through to each season. But I think after what we saw in this finale, there could be a through line. I think the seasons are going to be connected, even if it takes place in a different setting or with different actors.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, they're going to kind of use almost a meta narrative through line, I think, because they do kind of imply that yes, there are alternate dimensions, but there is like
schisma.
There's almost like this self-aware knowledge that these other dimensions exist. So we're talking, of course, about the Jackie Torrance reveal.
Yeah, we're gonna go right to the post-credits
at the end of the credits in season 1, and we see Jackie Torrance. She's in the bar, and they basically just say, "Hey, I'm going to move to the Overlook Hotel and finish writing a story." And it's kind of implied that she's writing the story that her uncle wrote, which ended up being the thing that happened in The Shining. So it's kind of implying that season 2 might be called Castle Rock: the Overlook Hotel or The Shining or something like that.
Right, because I mean, like American Horror Story, which with its most recent season is now, they're kind of connecting their universes too. I mean, yeah, you can have an anthology series, but you can connect it in a way, and I think that's what we're gonna see, because I can't imagine they would drop that Jackie Torrance thing at the end and just be like, we're never gonna explore that again.
Because otherwise she's just a throwaway character throughout the entire season. She just serves to exist, saving Henry at one point, and that's it.
And I feel like of all the characters, of all the leading actors, you have Molly, of course, and everybody else, I feel like she was one that was the least developed.
Right.
So I can't imagine this is the last time we're gonna see her. I think that would be an interesting story to learn more about, because I do like the fact that she's very talented with axes. She knows her axes well, just like her Uncle Jack did. So that's somewhere I want to go.
It's arguably one of the most iconic characters in all of Stephen King's fiction too. So you can't name drop something like The Shining and then not dive into it. That's just a disservice to kind of everything that the show stands for, I'd argue.
But then also when you talk about just everything that's been happening, I mean, especially from episode 9, the last week's episode to the finale, everything got crazy real fast.
Yeah, I kind of had my theories going into around episode 5. I'm like, okay, I think that the lake in town is a thinny, which is established in Dark Tower as a portal to other dimensions, and they kind
of thought the lake might be that portal.
Yeah, and
because everything takes place at Castle
or in the woods,
or in the woods,
right on that precipice. I think that's where we see the different dimension hopping. But I think one of the most interesting things that we saw in episode 9 was, again, the kid. The kid was established as being Henry Deaver, the original World II Henry Deaver. But part of me thinks that that's all just unreliable, because I have a crazy, unfounded theory that I just hope is true because I love the Dark Tower.
Well, no one's seen season 2 yet, so you can throw out your theory.
So this is my theory. I'm calling it now. I do think that Bill Skarsgård's character, the kid, I think he is the Man in Black. The Man in Black is an established character in the Dark Tower franchise, not necessarily the devil, but kind of like a jester to the devil, where he's a trickster. He's all about playing jokes on people, and he wants to manipulate people by tapping into their carnal desires. And that's something that you see Bill Skarsgård's character do throughout the entire season. He forces people to cause heinous, evil acts, and it's just, he doesn't say anything. He just kind of, by being around them, he causes stuff like that.
You do see at the end, he gives a little smirk.
Yeah, it's like a
he's in a cage,
smile.
And you kind of feel bad for him at first, because we had the backstory in episode 9, he's got a girlfriend, was expecting, and he seems like a good guy. But you said you think he's an unreliable narrator?
I think he's an unreliable narrator, because I think the show doesn't have a narrator per se, but I do think that we are experiencing it from a given character's perspective at all times. So for the most part, it's Henry Deaver proper, our Henry Deaver. But in episode 9, we see the original Henry Deaver, who is Bill Skarsgård's character, but I think he's only presenting that reality because, in a way, again, like Dark Tower, he is acknowledging that our world, as the audience, is part of the Castle Rock universe. So he's also playing a trick on us. Again, this is unfounded, but I like to be romantic about my big theories, and I think this, if they can pull it off, can make Castle Rock one of the most interesting, unique shows on TV right now. But again, it has to pull it off.
Well, real quick, I want to just mention that I think you and I both agree that Henry's arc is done. I don't think we're going to see André Holland again, as good as he was. I think his fate is sealed. But real quick, I want to touch on Molly just real fast. Yes or no, do you think she has shining abilities, or the Shining?
Absolutely, yes. She has the Shining, and I would even go as far as to say she has undeveloped powers like Ruth does, Henry's mother. I think she has the ability to experience multiple realities at once. She just hasn't developed it yet. But again, she does have the shine. She can experience what other people are feeling just by touching them. So I'm very excited to see that hopefully explored in season 2.
Well, that's what we thought of the season 1 finale. Romans, let us know what you thought. Do you think that we're going to go to the Overlook Hotel? Do you think these, even though it's an anthology series, that these seasons are going to be connected? Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And also, we have a lot more in the world of horror and science fiction. We also have our Halloween review and our Predator review that are both out right now. Be sure to check those out. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe to IGN everywhere you like to watch.